Ladies and gentlemen, how are you all doing? I'm Jacob Lenhoff, and I wanted to talk to you all about an anniversary coming up. It's September 10th, 2012, and tomorrow is September 11th, which is 11 years ago was the September 11th attacks, 11 years ago tomorrow, and let's have a chat about it. Basically, most of you all remember this. For some of my younger viewers, for some of the younger YouTube viewers, like 12, 13 years old, who were kind of young at the time to remember it, here's basically what happened. 11 years ago, on September 11, 2001, 19 terrorists from a group Al-Qaeda hijacked 4 airplanes in America. American Airlines Flight 11, Flight 175, Flight 77, and Flight 93. 4 planes, and they all completed a suicide mission. They planned to take out the World Trade Center towers, the Pentagon, and the Capitol building. Well, what happened is they hijacked the planes, and they hit the Twin Towers. 175 and Flight 11 hit the Twin Towers and the World Trade Center. And they quickly collapsed within a few hours. Flight 177 was sent to the Pentagon, and Flight 93, well, Flight 93 is a very interesting story. It was aimed for the Capitol building, but the passengers decided to fight back, and they nearly took control over the plane and dived into a field in Pennsylvania, killing everybody. So they failed to make their target, which was the Capitol building. About 3,000 people died in the attack. Many civilians were killed. A lot of the obviously casualties were at the World Trade Center. The buildings collapsed, and many people had died in the World Trade Center, including a lot of even people who jumped from the building because they didn't know what to do. I mean, they jumped from the building scared to death. Some of them were so high up and couldn't get help, so they jumped to their deaths. And there are people who even land on other people, killing them also. Plus, there are people who died also, I think firefighters and stuff like that. Because you gotta remember, when the towers collapsed, there was like a big debris field. Just a big debris field for miles. I mean, literally smoke everywhere. And that caused even more tragedy. So, basically, Osama bin Laden was the one who was, basically charged with, playing it out. He's dead now. And everything, and pretty much terrorists who carried this thing out are all dead. But it's a very shiny moment. It's a very shiny moment in a bad way in history. Not since Pearl Harbor was there such a bad terrorist attack from another country on America. So it's really so let's stop and remember all the victims who lost their lives that day. All the people on the airplanes, the people in the World Trade Center, and even the people like the police officers and everything who died. The police officers and the firefighters who died. Let's all remember them. There are two good movies on the subject that you could check out. One is the World Trade Center by Oliver Stone. That was based on a true story about 2 surviving firefighters. 2 surviving firefighters or officers, it's been a while since I've seen it, played by Nicolas Cage and Michael Pena, who were buried alive. And were rescued. That's kind of an uplifting story. That was the more successful of the 2. The film stars Maria Bello, Maggie Gyllenhaal, Nicolas Cage, Michael Pena. It's a very good picture. Also recommended is Paul Greengrass's United 93. This is a much more disturbing picture, but very well made. It's about the passengers who fought back on the doomed United 93. Who decided to fight back against terrorists. It's a very little independent film. It kind of, didn't do as well as World Trade Center, but is very well done also. In case you're interested in films on the subject, they both do real well. They're both good companion pieces. World Trade Center, if you want kind of an uplifting story, and also a true story. United 93, if you want to pay tribute to the doomed passengers on the plane, is quite good. But yeah, let's talk tomorrow. If you're around here tonight on September 10th or tomorrow on the anniversary, stop tomorrow and, take a moment of silence to remember all the people who died on September 11th. All the heroes, all the people, pay tribute to all the heroes of that day, pay tribute to all the victims, and say a prayer. I'm Jacob Lenhoff. Thank you.